Replay here from Sipa and Dr. Nerd. Slaanesh and Grand Cathay. Slaanesh trying out their new fancy Rampage mechanics. Looks like Dr. Nerd is taking some of the new units Zaytang, the Watcher, and the Moonbird to fight Slaanesh. See how they do here. For Sipa and Slaanesh, we have 2 Chaos Furies, 2 Exalted Demonettes, some Demonettes too, regular Demonettes in the front line. Spawn of Slaanesh mixed in with Devoted Marauders. We have a Cultist with the Gate of Slaanesh Demonette Summon. And then we have an Exalted Keeper of Secrets of Slaanesh with, of course, the AoE Rampage, the Seductive Glory. Then we have Pavane for more Rampage and Lash for a little bit of poke here and there. The other side for Grand Cathay. Great Moonbird with its Vortex. Zaytang the Watcher did take his Wind Bow and then his Giant Leap and stuff. Miao Ying with only Regrowth for a spell, and then 5 Archers, 3 of which are Crossbowmen, 2 are Peasant Archers, and then a bunch of Peasant Longspearmen and Jade Warrior Halberds. Bunkered up against this house to prevent some flanking. Moonbird rolls out and gets a quick little, I guess, Vortex? Yeah, Vortex on these Exalted Demonettes. Did a little bit of damage to them, and now Chaos Furies are lighting it up. I wonder if it can get back towards the Archers to get them to Demonic Instability Crumble faster. It looks like it's not even needed, though, as it will do just fine on its own. Exalted Keeper of Secrets rolls straight in and starts to Rampage some stuff, but it popped its Rampage on the front line, moving them away, which is fine, because then they're not in position to stop your Demonettes and stuff moving in. This is a nice little bunker buster. I have heard people doing similar things with Scarbrand, though it is risky. Because if these Archers had lit her up on the way in, she would have probably just died outright. So Slaanesh has gotten into the box after popping a little Rampage and setting people out of position. Now the Exalted Keeper Secrets is going to try and run away from Zaytang. But an unholy blob is formed for Cathay, which is pretty bad for them because most of the units in this blob are Archers that want to be shooting, not standing in a giant pile. Zaytang's taking melee with the Exalted Keeper of Secrets. He will probably lose that. He's not a very good melee combatant. And then again, neither is she, so meh. Moonbird's trying to come back. Looks like Furies are about to Demonic Instability Crumble. The one that fought the Moonbird already did, says both Furies out of the game now. And 1 Regrowth has already been cast by Miao Ying onto Zaytang, who again needs to back off and just uses ranged attacks than the Exalted Keeper. They do way, way, way more damage than he does in melee. Jade Warrior Crossbows are trying to get back online, so are some Peasant Archers. Peasant Longspears and Jade Warrior Halberds are trying to hold, but another nasty Lash of Slaanesh down the line does a little bit more damage, gets these guys closer and closer to routing. In comes the Gate of Slaanesh Demonette Summon, which should tear through these Jade Warrior Crossbows without much issue. Meanwhile, some Jade Warrior Crossbows have guard mode on and are harassing the Exalted Keeper of Secrets. Zaytang does need to just shoot her. Just shoot her. Just shoot her. She runs away very, very low. If Zaytang throws guard mode on and fires at her once, that might kill her just with Demonic Instability. Miao Ying transforms, and Slaanesh is very behind in the balance power. That is quite typical for them. There is a Demonette Summon on the field that'll fade away eventually. We do still have some Demonettes running around. Exalted Demonettes too, which will be a problem. Fascination Tier 3 army ability is cast on the Jade Warriors. I notice it feels like it does more damage than it used to when it was a Tier 1, so that's good. That's cool. It's going to nearly delete the entire Jade Warrior crossbow while rampaging them. Zaytang does his Power Fist Slam. Giant Leap. Doing some good damage stuff around him. And I hate to be a broken record, but he really needs to focus on killing the Exalted Keeper of Secrets by just throwing guard mode on, because she's slowly healing up off of chasing stuff off, but also it means the Demonettes are that much harder to kill with her still on the battlefield. Zaytang is charging up his Wind Bow at point-blank range. We'll see how much of it hits. He cancels it. But he could get a decent shot off on her. I mean, the Exalted Keeper is tall enough that maybe a spread shot won't hurt too much from being cast at close range, while he's still trying to get a beat on her, but she just runs circles around him. The rest of the Cathay army is falling apart. The Moonbird apparently died at some point, but it's back now. Could use its Vortex on top of these Exalted Demonettes, and this is exactly what it's going to do. Oh, big damage onto that very elite unit, and if it's paired up with a Giant Leap from Zaytang soon, that would actually just seal the fate of those fools. Where's the Keeper? There she is. Zaytang! Guard mode! Just guard mode and shoot her like one time. At this point, it's going to be 2. She's got about 400 HP back since I last talked about it, but please snipe the Exalted Keeper. Moonbird is hovering overhead, doesn't want to dive down and take more damage again. The rest of Cathea's routing is just the 3 single entities at this point. There's technically this Halberd, but I don't see it being very long for this world. Zaytang is still having troubles fighting all of these spawn and whatnot. And in comes another regrowth to heal him up. He really, like, I know you're sick of it, and it's a replay. The player can't hear me, but, like, for you in the future, Zaytang sucks at clearing out crowds. He needs to just Lord Snipe. If that Lord was dead, that Demonette's gone. That Demonette's honestly probably close to gone. Another Demonette that would die from this upcoming Vortex that looks to be getting cast, so, like, I don't know. It's just so important. Zaytang is still trying to fight his way out. Miao Ying trying to help him a little bit. Giant punch! Exalted Demonette's still taking more damage. And the Keeper of Secrets has gotten 600 HP back by chasing off stuff at this point. Goof's Peasant Longspear is rejoining the fight. And some kind of Rampage is getting cast onto the Great Moonbird right now. It is a Tier 3 Fascination, which is a lot of Army Ability cast just to get this thing on the ground, but it seems to be worth it. I mean, there's not a lot of multi-entity models left that you have to save Fascination for. Though, Sipa's not punishing it for landing. He's largely ignoring it with the stuff. He's going to pair it with Narcissism, to lock this guy on the ground as Spawn and Exalted Demonettes come over. Those will kill the Moonbird for sure. Miao Ying's still fighting back a little bit. We've lost the Moonbird, we've lost the Peasant Longspears. It's just down to Zaytang and Miao Ying. Something is getting cast. It's a Purveyne of Slaanesh onto Zaytang to Rampage him so that this Exalted Keeper of Secrets can run in. There's another Overcast regrowth from Miao Ying onto the Moonbird, which means that thing will come back for sure. Zaytang is dying, losing a fight against the Exalted Keeper of Secrets. Ballet of Blows is popped, giving her better stats, and Rampage is going to wear off in about 2 seconds. So Zaytang should be back in action. Miao Ying is tanking it up. Cathea's ahead on the balance of power due to the health and strength of their single entities. Another Moonbird Vortex going to hit these Exalted Demonettes and a couple of these Devoted Marauders here and there. But as long as that Keeper is alive, it's not going to matter too much. Moonbird needs to find something to do. And there is Zaytang's ability, and the Exalted Keeper just flat out dies. Finally! But they did get it. The Great Moonbird needs to land somewhere. It's out of vortexes, so at this point it's only a melee unit. If it can rear charge some of these Demonettes, it could get their leadership low enough to get them to start demonic stability crumbling, which is something you need to do. The Demonettes are doing most of the damage to Miao Ying and Zaytang with their impressive armor piercing values. Another giant punch, big damage onto the Demonettes, gets them negative, gets them at demonic stability crumbling, and Moonbird, go do something! You're not helping anybody by just sitting in the air! Zaytang is dead. Jador crossbows are trying to hold on for now. Miao Ying regrowths herself. And then a Narcissism is going to keep the Great Moonbird in the sky, just as it was thinking about participating in the game again. At this point, it is a single entity grind, so all ×2 speed as Miao Ying tries to take on the world. Moonbird finally dives down, and hey, look at that! The Demonettes are going to start crumbling. Oh, the Moonbird. It got off some good vortexes, but besides that, I've been annoyed with it. Moonbird shatters off, leaving just Miao Ying, and then she probably can't win. The dragon cousins are all very terrible at killing things in melee, especially when they're in dragon form. So even these Devoted Marauders and Cultists should be able to drag her down. As there's still a couple spawn to apply that soporific musk here and there. Miao Ying is taking a lead on the balance of power. Does tear out off the Cultist, because the Cultist is the only unit of Slaanesh that does not have ITP because it's an oversight. Everybody else has ITP. And then she transformed back into Miao Ying. I wonder if she's trying to regrowth herself, but it doesn't look like she'll have time. She casts it, but is going to rout before it really takes hold. GG. Sipa as Lord did not pay for herself, but Cultist did. Exalted Demonettes did fantastically. Spawn and regular Demonettes did fine. Furies did okay. And Devoted Marauders did very well. On the other side, Zaytang, 3,500 value. Miao Ying, almost 1,000. Moonbird, 1,800. And Spears did spear stuff. Archers got shut down real fast. GG. Roar.
Subscribe, yes.